few seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
And they'll need to foul.
And they're going to have to foul, absolutely. 25.6 seconds left on the game clock and 21 seconds left on the shot clock. And they're going to have to do one of two things, depending on how Greg McCall drew it up. Either make a quick score, or they're going to have to come down and shoot the three-pointer and hope for a tie. James Miller, and he's going to draw the foul.
Not a bad foul.
Not a bad foul at all, because you're having to reset. And that actually gives the advantage to Reilly because they're nowhere close to the bonus.
Right.
Reilly still has 3 fouls to give before the Renegades are in the bonus. Miller from the three-point line. Oh, and it goes! They're tying it up! Miller ties it up. Oh, no! And a quick score by Reilly. C.J. Cornegay all alone on the baseline.
Wow.
And gets the easy layup. And the Renegades, so much promise in that three-point shot.
Yes.
And the hope of going to overtime. And with less than 13 seconds on the clock, Reilly comes down and lays in an easy bucket.
And it wasn't a planned bucket. It was just, that's what happened through all the scatter. I guess that's what I could call it, scatter. Be a lot easier.
Markel Brooks is guarded by C.J. Cornegay down here at the far end. And Brooks is going to get the ball. Miller's going to throw it over to the corner. It's thrown up. It's good!
It's good!
It's good!
It's good!
The basket! It counts! The basket counts! In the corner, Tyron Tyler. And the basket is going to count. Wow, 2-point basket, and the game is tied, and we're going to overtime. Wow, what a shot! Are you kidding me? Really trying to slow it up. They're in control right now with a 3-point lead. Renegades need to get a turnover, and Markel Brooks comes in at the last minute. And I thought Devin Marshall was going to find his way at the basket once again. And Brooks with good defense.
And that was a great block.
Henderson into the paint, dishes out to Brooks. Brooks from the three-point line, and it's good! And the game tied back up at 79 now with just less than 2 minutes to go. 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock for Reilly. And Elijah Wade's going to come back in for Chavez. And they're going to swap ends, it seems, back and forth between offense and defense. Wade better on defense than Chavez. And a nice finger roll by Markel Brooks, and the Renegades have the lead 81-79. A long three miss by Luke Meshnick. Markel Brooks from the arc, and he gets that one to go. Three-pointer. And boy, did the Renegades need that at this point right here. And Chavez does put that one, and it's 93-89, a 4-point lead for the Renegades. And Reilly, anything they can do will not help this one out. That's a three-point shot, but there's 0.4 left on the clock. The Renegades just need to inbound it, and that's pretty much going to do it. And the Renegades take this one 93-92 over the Reilly Tigers in a fantastic game and a fantastic performance by both squads, but wow.
The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
and I don't know if we have the soccer team or the softball team for Bakersfield College, but they're going to be cheering all night, looks like.
Yeah, we get a lot of extra teams that show up and support their fellow student athletes here at Bakersfield College and come to these games and root them on. So really looking forward to a fun night here. And a three-pointer just thrown up like it was nothing by Jamie Niederbaumer. Niederbaumer out of Tehachapi High School. Niederbaumer once again with the three, and she's got two of them already to start the game. And the Renegades up to a quick 8 points.
And, Tom, I was trying to hold this, but I'll let it out now. I got to the gym early today, and when I got to him, there was someone on the floor shooting. It was Niederbaumer.
We don't have a 32 on our roster. We'll have to figure out who that is at some point. And I was mistaken. That was 42. And Niederbaumer raining the three. That was an NBA distance three-point shot.
Niederbaumer.
Wow. And we're going to have fun saying Niederbaumer all night long.
Wow.
And that one, just a nice touch by Vasquez. Bakersfield College Renegades in white, the LA Mission College Eagles in blue. Brownlee with a nice tip over to Vasquez, who corrals the rebound. Niederbaumer looking for the pick. Gives it back to Ramirez. Ramirez down to the corner for Vasquez. Vasquez, three is good. Great ball movement there by the Renegades. Ardeneva driving to her left. Back with her right hand, throws it up and scores. This game started a little bit late today, about 45 minutes, because of the double overtime game between Bakersfield College men's program and Reedley College's men's program. Ardeneva with the strip away there. Heads up play on defense. Brownlee driving the baseline, throws up the floater, misses. Ramirez gets the ball and throws that one up and in. You know, we haven't noticed this, but LA Mission quietly starting to crawl their way back into this as they trail only by 12. And Rachel Green with a great pass underneath to Jesse Bunning. A good heads-up play. Clock down to 10 seconds. And Ramirez comes up with the turnover.
And I think we'll run this out.
And Niederbaumer now has the ball. And that's going to do it. The Bakersfield College Renegades defeat the LA Mission College Eagles 64-53 in a great effort today by Bakersfield College. And we're going to talk about the leading scorers of today's game, Julian Wilson. Jamie Niederbaumer with 19 points for the Renegades, followed by Alexia Ramirez with 14.
The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
So now Lewis, Hankins, and Aguilar all in foul trouble with 3, 3, and 4. Gustavo Chavez now. And there you see it, and we haven't seen it out of Chavez yet.
Three, Chavez. 3.
Jalen Contreras. Davis with a good rebound. And a heck of a rebound, especially against Quentin Aguilar. And Chavez once again from the arc.
3. Gustavo Chavez, 3.
Chavez gets that one to go. Now the Renegades back to an 8-point lead. BC starting to run the court now, gives it up to Henderson. Henderson from behind the backboard managed to get that one off the glass, and a timeout is going to get called. And the lead back to 10, 15-27 left to go in this second half. As the leading scorer on this Rams squad. Tyler from downtown, it gets that one to go.
3.
They're going to match them 1 for 1. And Victor Valley with 9 turnovers in the game. And to be honest with you, 9 turnovers is not a lot, and the Renegades only have 6.
3.
And Armstrong drains the 3, and the bench goes crazy. And the biggest lead of the game for the Renegades as they lead 72-54, an 18-point lead. With 12:07 left to go, we'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. Out there on the perimeter, gets the inbound. Henderson over the top of Kamari Lewis. He still has 10 minutes to go.
Davis
off the glass. And he was cherry picking down at the other end and gets the easy score. Again, not a lot of turnovers. And the Renegades have really capitalized. They've scored 14 points off of turnovers in this game. Henderson goes up off both feet and two-hand jams the ball. Jashawn Phillips on the score. Davis driving with the reverse and in.
Nice move
and
by
Damari Davis now 13 points in the game, the second leading scorer on the squad tonight. Renegades can slow this one way down. 30-second shot clock right now.
I mean, slow it down, but I want to see us go to 100, Tom.
Well, it'd be nice to see 100 points up on that scoreboard.
For the first
I don't know
time
if I've seen that. Yeah.
In this building. Boom!
And way outside, and that's going to do it.
100, Tom!
Tyron
100.
Tyler. And 3 digits up on the scoreboard for the Renegades now. That one off the mark, over to Chavez.
102 or 103. Come on.
Tyler once again.
102 or 3.
Tyron Tyler drains 2 in a row.
Wow.
And now Tyron Tyler, the third leading scorer on the squad tonight with 12 points as a result of that three-pointer. And as we talked about it, the Renegades just getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And Tyler once again on the outside decides to drive the lane, kicks it back out. And Elijah Wade now giving it a shot. And gets it to go.
3.
Now the Renegades just putting their foot down on the gas pedal with a 29-point lead and a minute and a half to go here in this half. Bakersfield College hosts Allen Hancock here at the Renegade Athletic Complex on Thursday.
Come on down, everyone. Come on down and check us out.
Game time once again 5 p.m. So looking forward to getting as many people here. Once again, admission into the basketball games this year is free. So feel free to come on down once again Thursday, December 4th at 5 p.m.
And if you can't make it, you can always check us out live on YouTube.
And Brooks gets that one to fall.
Renegade substitution, number 20, Amarian Armstrong.
And Amarian Armstrong checking back in for the Renegades. The Renegades extended this lead 108-82. And they're going to hang on to the ball. And this one's going to be in the books as the Renegades are going to take this one. A score of 108-82 for tonight's game. So the Renegades take this game 108-82 and improve to 6-3 on the season.
The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the Renegades, we put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby, let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegades. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades.
Rise up.
Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and dry the flames. Game's on Tuesday. Renegades. Renegades.
Tolentino to the point.
High screen and roll set up for the Renegades. Niederbaumer with the bucket at the buzzer. So, Gio, today I had a chance to talk to our other director in Julian Wilson. He's over there working Kern High Network Sports tonight. So it's an honor to share the air with you tonight in the Renegade Athletic Complex.
Last time we shared air was the Golden West football game back on September 20th.
Right, when Julian was flying all over the country. All right, Renegades control the possession. High screen for Niederbaumer. Tolentino gets it inside, and it's kicked over to the baseline. And another one.
4-3-3-3.
Laylene Araniva. One of the things that we saw last week against Reedley, the fouls caught up to us. And we ended up giving up some shots at the line that cost us the game. So you want to encourage those Renegade women to defend without fouling as they get the rebound. And now looking it up, and now they go to Brownlee. And Brownlee has a step, and she's going to make it count. So Niederbaumer with the pass to Brownlee, and you see Diamond getting it done early there on the 15-footer by Callie Madugal.
3 from Tolentino. 3-3-3.
Bang, bang, bang. Tolentino from deep. And now you got a high screen and roll for Niederbaumer, who's attacking. The left-hand layup is going to be off. That's the shot that you want. And now you got Tolentino with the steal, and she's going to take it herself to make it count. So
two. Coming to you from the Renegade Athletic Complex on the campus of Bakersfield College, you're watching California Community College Athletic Association basketball on YouTube at Go Gades Go. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tom Myers, joined by my producer and cameraman today, the Dr. Julian Wilson. And the Renegades come into today's game with a record of 6-6, coming off an 18-point loss to El Camino on Wednesday. And Coach Greg McCall trying to stop the bleeding as the Renegades have dropped the last 3 games in a row. Those 3 games and those teams, a combined record of 29-12, had been a handful for the Renegades, but quite honestly, BC had their chances to win both games versus Allen Hancock and Ventura and let those games slip away. Today, they take on a 5-9 Oxnard Condors team, a team that is 3-2 over their last 5 games and looks to come into today's game to try to start chipping away their way back towards 500. BC led by freshman Zykir Henderson, averaging 19 points a game, coming off a 23-point performance in the loss to El Camino. He's shooting 68% from the field and 50% from the arc. BC will look to get him involved early and often. For Oxnard, they're led by freshman forward Carter Reed. Reed averaging 21 points per game with a shooting percentage of 57%. He averages 33 minutes a game, but look for the Condors to keep him on the court as much as possible today as they take on this offensively talented BC squad and will need the scoring to keep pace. So, Julian, it's going to be a fun one today.
Yes, it is.
Great to have you back. We're going to cut away here for just a second for the national anthem, and then we'll be right back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renegade Athletic Center here on campus of Bakersfield College. Tonight, the visiting Oxnard Condors take on your BC Renegades. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, may you all please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
See by the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Coming to you from the Renegade Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Bakersfield College, the Bakersfield College Renegades host the Oxnard College Condors. We now go down to the court and public address announcer John Candelaria for the introduction of today's starting lineups.
Wearing the number 1, Ruben Jimenez. Number 4, Carter Reed. Number 10, Jeremy Goodcase. Number 11, Jose Valdivinos. Number 12, Blake Jones. Head coach for the Condors, Ron McClurkin. And now, your BC Renegades, wearing the number 1, Elijah Wade. Number 2, Gustavo Chavez. Number 5, Markel Brooks. Number 11, Zyker Henderson. Number 25, Zach Garnett. Head coach for your Renegades, Greg McCall.
Once again, welcome everybody to Bakersfield College for today's game between the Bakersfield College Renegades and the Oxnard College Condors. And Julian Wilson, you got a lot to do today, so we're not going to bug you too much.
Right.
He's going to be keeping score, operating the camera. It's going to be a kind of a long day for you, my friend.
We got 2 one-man shows going on here.
Absolutely. Bakersfield College, a 5-3 record overall. So, excuse me, I'm off on that one. It's 6-6. I printed the wrong sheet. They are 6-6 right now, hoping to get above above 500. I've completely lost pace of where I am. And the tip down the court to Henderson. Brooks wins that one. Markel Brooks wins an awful lot of tips, believe it or not. It's that length that he has. BC going to look to Henderson. Down low, jams the ball. Off 2 feet. And Zyker Henderson down low in the post, going to work early. Oxnard coming into today's game with a 5-9 record. They're going to look to get busy out top. And that one from beyond the arc. Jose Valdivinos scoring early, and it's a 3-2 lead with 19-18 just underway here at Bakersfield College. And Henderson looking to go up on the jam on that one, but Jeremy Goodcase for Oxnard kind of got in the way of that one. He wanted a second jam. Henderson a quick 4 points. On the court for the Renegades, Elijah Wade, Gustavo Chavez, Markel Brooks, Zykir Henderson, and Zach Garnett. For the Condors, Ruben Jimenez, Carter Reed, Jeremy Goodcase, Jose Valdivinos, and Blake Jones. And from out top, Blake Jones fires and misses. And the ball knocked away. Good defense by Jimenez, knocking it away from Henderson. And now down low, Blake Jones gets both players off their feet and scores the easy bucket, and a 5-4 lead for the Condors. Condors on the season averaging 69 points per game. BC averaging 10 more. They have had a triple-digit game so far this season. And Jones was all alone. Henderson wasn't about ready to drop out on him. And I'm not sure what the scouting report says for Oxnard, whether or not they shoot the three-pointer well. And a lot of contact there, and it doesn't stop. Zykir Henderson, a quick 6 points in the first 2 minutes of the game. BC with a 6-5 lead, 17:32 to go here in the first half. And Brooks loses pace with Ruben Jimenez, who just makes his way around the circle with the reverse lay-in. Henderson down along the baseline. Gets double teamed, dishes back out to Brooks, who fires from beyond the arc. That one's no good. Garnett going up to try to get the rebound, no good. Oxnard comes away with it. Oxnard leading 7-6. Just under 17 minutes to go in this first half. And a long three-pointer by Jose Valdivinos.
Substitution number 21.
Valdivinos with 2 quick three-pointers, 2 for 2, and has 6 points in the game. Condors leading 10-6 now, 16:35 on the clock. Elijah Wade was looking to drive, then pulled back out. Gives it up to Garnett, who gives it to Godwell Famuso. Nice view by Zach Garnett, finding Famuso driving to the basket. Now Famuso with the easy lay-in, and now it's 10-8, Renegades trail. Zach Garnett with that lanky body, able to get the ball and blocks Valdivinos on the edge. And that's we all saw the travel happen. Famuso looking to dish the ball out to Wade, but it looked like Jose Valdivinos blocked the passing lane, and he pulled up, couldn't get it to stop, and drags that foot and gets called with the travel. And Tyron Tyler now checking into the game for the Renegades. Tyler, a 6'5" forward out of Ridgeview High School. The fadeaway for Goodcase. And Jeremy Goodcase with his first score of the game. Zach Garnett from far outside. Picked up by Henderson. No over the back call on that one. And Jaden Merchant was looking for an over the back call on that one. Henderson can't come away with it. It was off of Merchant and then bounced off of Zach Garnett and out of bounds. And possession remains with the Condors. 12-10, Oxnard lead with 14:58 left to go here in the first half. Famuso looking to get the ball back on that one, but it's chased down by Valdivinos. Out into the corner. Goodcase gets the three.
Goodcase for three.
And so far, the Condors are shooting 50% from beyond the arc. 9 points scored in the early going of the game here. Tyler outside gives it over to Garnett. That one's off the mark, and he's 0 for 2 now from outside. And wow, what a beautiful lay-in by Carter Reed. Little too much mustard on the dog there. Famuso couldn't handle it. Right over the top. And honestly, Tyron Tyler was a little too close to be throwing him a bullet like that one. Damari Davis down at the line to check in. They buzzed it, but he was too late getting over to the table, so they called it off. You don't see that very often. Famuso reaches in, and that's going to be off of Jose Valdivinos and out of bounds. And Famuso almost had that one all the way to the basket unabated. Valdivinos, good job of getting a hand on it, preventing the full steal. .13:40 on the clock. Davis outside, driving to the lane, loses the handle on the ball, picks it up. And I don't know if that was, they're saying it was touched, but 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Here comes Elijah Wade all the way down the lane, throws that one up. And a blocking foul is going to get called. And that's going to go against Jaden Merchant. And he had a chance on that one to set his feet. He was outside the arc down there. Elijah Wade now at the line to shoot two. BC has had a problem. And that was more than evident in the last game. The number of fouls. I think they had 40 fouls in that last game here at home. And they only had gotten to the line maybe 6 times. So there was definitely a lopsided score on the foul end. And I remember in the halftime conversation I had with Greg McCall, he was not happy about the number of fouls that his squad had been putting up. So BC definitely has to do a job of getting to position and not creating situations where they have to foul. And you can't do much about that.
Yeah,
Jeremy Goodcase with the fadeaway, and Famuso outstretched still couldn't get to it. 19-12, Oxnard in the lead with 13 minutes left to go in this first half. And the time was ticking away as you saw the official over there giving the countdown against Wade. Elijah Wade out there alone. Down into the corner to Davis. And Davis drains the three. Damari Davis, who had a hot hand a couple of weeks ago and was shooting practically 100% from everywhere on the court. In fact, I think he did shoot 100% for that game. 5 3-pointers along with 10 other points. The only difference in the game, normally a very handy free throw shooter, went, I believe, 6 for 10 in that game. And Davis from way outside, I don't know if that was advised or not. Davis with the extra step. That one's off the back of the iron, and the Renegades really applying pressure. Going into and Davis with an ill-advised foul, and that's what we're talking about. We've seen that all season so long.
Davis, first personal foul, first team foul.
And Greg McCall not happy about those kinds of fouls, is he, Julian?
Right, no, not at all.
It's those careless fouls that get you into the bonus pretty quickly. BC looking to limit those today. Only one foul so far in this first half. 11:47 left on the clock. BC trying to wrangle. Can't do it. And another three-pointer. And Jose Valdivinos. That's Valdivinos' third three-pointer of the game, and he has 9 points and leads the scoring. Famuso outside. And James Miller. Call his name for the first time, and he drains the three. Now it's 22-18. Renegades trying to claw their way back. No urgency just yet, early in the first half. Markel Brooks down low. And again, a nice soft touch by Carter Reed. And as we discussed earlier in the pregame, Carter Reed, 21 points averaging per game, shooting very well. BC's going to have an answer for him today. Chavez comes up with it. Back outside to Davis. That one's just off the mark. 24-18 with 10:37 to go. And outside, oh, that one just off the back of the iron. And now Miller once again from beyond the arc. That one doesn't go. Brooks comes down with the rebound right over the top. A little too much. And the foul is going to get called, I believe, on Godwill Famuso. That will be Famuso's first personal foul. And timeout's going to be called by Bakersfield College. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. Bakersfield College trailing 24-18, 10:20 left to go in the first half. A 6-6 Renegade squad looking to get one game above 500. And Oxnard at 5-9, just trying to claw their way back to getting to even. And Zykeer Henderson, the leading scorer so far for the Renegades with 8 points, on the bench right now. So BC just trying to get him some rest. Not sure if he needs that much rest so far. Henderson scored a quick 8 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. That one off the hands of Markel Brooks and out of bounds.
BC substitution number 25.
Travis Valenzuela.
Number 11, Zykeer Henderson.
He was looking for that one. Henderson now back in the game for the Renegades. And Brooks just following Ruben Jimenez, and Jimenez not keeping an eye on the shot clock, and it expires. He looked like he had all the time in the world.
Yeah, I don't know quite what he was trying to do there.
I don't think he realized on the inbound that they had already had the ball for quite a few seconds, and maybe he was confused. That went across the court to Chavez, back up top. James Miller driving to his left, gives it up to Garnett right in the middle of the lane, and good. James Miller with the great feed and the assist. And just an easy lay-in for Zach Garnett. And that one's going to be off the hand of Carter Reed and out of bounds. BC now with possession. one thing that we have not seen out of Oxnard, which we're probably not going to see because you think you would see it here, is a full court press as they lead 24-20. And maybe they don't want to burn through their defense quite yet and tire out their players. Henderson from outside gets that one to go. Zykir Henderson. Henderson now with 11 points in the game for BC. He is averaging 19 a game right now. He's had a couple of 35-point games so far this season as well. Well, I say 35. I think 2 games above 30. And I'm not sure what Ventura is seeing down there as Tristan Carter says, hey, I'll take it in. And no, it's not. Not yours, Tristan. 24-23, 8:42 to go in the first half. Miller from outside. That one's off the mark. Oh, and a great rebound, and a foul's going to get called. And the foul's going to go against Oxnard, Travis Valenzuela. And honestly, that one off the mark. And Markel Brooks tipped it away from the defender and back to Henderson, who scores and draws the foul. And now is a chance for a three-point play. And he does. I'm not sure why everyone's standing around.
Oxnard substitution, number 11, Jose Valdivino.
They called that on the floor, no shot. A surprise. It looked like it was in the act of shooting, but I guess it wasn't. So 2 points scored after all. Henderson now with 13 points in the game. BC back to full court press. And BC doing well on that trap defense. And that one's knocked away from the hands of Travis Valenzuela for Oxnard and out of bounds. Henderson guarding Carter Reed. That's a good matchup in favor of BC. Once again, Carter Reed. Oh, and that one outside. Ruben Jimenez drains the three. His first attempt from beyond the arc today, and he makes that good. Markel Brooks trying to drive, loses a handle on the ball, and it's picked up by Ruben Jimenez, who's driving all the way down. Brooks comes away with the rebound. James Miller, and he's going to go to the hoop and throw that one up, but there was a defender in the way. Good job by Travis Valenzuela. A nice spin move. Oh, and it's put back by Reed. Ruben Jimenez, little too much. It bounced off the front of the rim, and Reed puts that one in, and it's 29-25 with 7:22 to go in this first half. BC with 6 turnovers so far in the game. Miller down the lane, throws up the floater and scores. BC with 6 turnovers so far in the game. And Oxnard has 6 points off of those turnovers. BC not getting back on defense. And that one's saved and given up to Reed, who shoots from the knees because he can't stand up or it's called a travel. A smart play by Carter Reed. And Carter Reed with 8 points in the game so far as they lead 31-25, 6:42 on the clock. And a nice backdoor pass there. And no call as Jeremy Goodcase goes to the floor, and Henderson all the way down and scores. And now it's Zykir Henderson with 15 points, the leading scorer in the game. That one looks like it's going to be off the hands of Carter Reed and out of bounds. He reached up and tipped that one away from Zykir Henderson. And now Caden Marion is going to enter the game for the Renegades with 6 minutes to go in this first half. 31-29, Oxnard leading. James Miller from outside. That one's off the front. And wow, what a nice rebound by Henderson, who doesn't even use the backboard but rattles that one home. Henderson now with 17 points. And a backdoor once again. And the Renegades do not have an answer. And Greg McCall wants to call a timeout and have a discussion because, Julian, we keep seeing that backdoor pass for Oxnard, just keeping the Renegades, for some reason, on their heels. They're not dropping back and letting people get behind them and free and unabated to the basket.
Yeah, and I don't know about that time. I mean, it's difficult. That's something that they practice continuously, getting back on defense. So, and they know when they're on the floor, we got to get back. So don't know where the disconnect is. I'm sure McCall will get it worked out right now.
And what it may be, in essence, is just a mix-up in who's covering who, because that guy, a couple of guys just get to the basket fairly easily right now with easy scores for this Oxnard squad. Right. Hey, fans, be sure to come on back out here on January 7th for our first conference home game for the Bakersfield College Renegades. Men's program game starts at 5 p.m. with the women's to follow at 7 p.m. Again, all season long, people get in free.
How could you turn it down?
You can't turn down a free night. Hey, and we have hot dogs and nachos and pizza and soft drinks and all kinds of fun stuff here. So bring the family out and come to a fantastic night of Bakersfield College basketball in the brand new Renegade Athletic Complex. We're not going to say that a whole lot, yes, but it's kind of nice to do that. But hey, we also had a little bit of a epiphany this year that I'm trying to remember who it was. The first person ever to call, what was it? No, it was baseball.
Baseball.
But there was something else. I was the first person ever to call a game in this gym. So I have that one for the record books, Julian.
That's our trivia.
That is our trivia.
Yeah, that's our trivia.
Just as yesterday, Jenny Lewis actually assisted me on the call for the women's game. It did a fantastic job. And it was the first time that she had ever done a broadcast ever. She was a former basketball player here at BC. And an easy bucket by Jose Valdivinos. And you know, honestly, the kind of strange part is Oxnard getting the easy baskets.
You know, I think they're shooting a little bit above their season percentage.
And they're shooting a lot above their season percentage.
Yes.
Their season percentage is around 37%, and right now they're shooting 55%. Henderson comes up with a rebound, and once again, just that soft floater into the basket. And Zykeir Henderson now with 19 points in the game. The rest of the BC squad accounting for 14 points. This may be one of those high-scoring games for Zykeir Henderson today. Oh, and a nice spin move. And a score by Travis Valenzuela. He got Caden Marion on his heels and then spun him. Henderson outside from the baseline. That one's going to be off the mark, and it's going to go up and hit the tape or the wire. And that'll be out of bounds, and now possession. Couple of players, we got an issue. They're calling him back in. So they got a foul against the Renegades on Caden Marion with the push. And I'm not sure where the push was. It looked like it was away from the ball because we didn't really see it, or I wasn't paying attention to it at the time. BC once again with the trap defense. And another foul, and that's going to get called on Zykeir Henderson. That'll be Henderson's first personal foul. And BC right now, 4 fouls for the Renegades in this first half. 3:55 left to go on the clock. Oxnard leading 37-33. And the foul's going to get called on James Miller. And BC allowing a lot of penetration down into the paint. And they haven't had an answer for Oxnard yet. Oxnard shooting 5 for 9 outside. So they've taken 9 attempts. BC with 16 three-point attempts so far in the game. And have only made 3. 38-33, 3:46 on the clock in the first half. Oxnard now applying pressure full court. That one outside to Garnett. He throws that one up, and it's good. And Zach Garnett pulling them closer, and now it's 39-36. And a turnover by Oxnard. And a charge is going to get called against Zykeir Henderson as he dropped his shoulder.
Offensive foul, number 11, Zykeir Henderson. Second personal
And
foul.
Jaden Merchant sold that one. And he was down inside the crease there, so I'm not sure how you get called on that one, but
Renegade substitution, number 21, Godwill Fomuso.
it was probably more of Henderson dropping the shoulder. And that's going to be Zykeir Henderson's second foul. And Greg McCall going to sit him down for the duration of this so he doesn't end up with 3 going into the half. Henderson 19 points and 6 rebounds on his way to a double-double today.
Well, Henderson has definitely set the tone for the Renegades today. He has made it clear to everyone in viewing distance that he's not to be denied. He's going to win this game.
And right now, it's not so much that BC has scored 36 points, is that they've allowed Oxnard to get 39 on the board. And now, Elijah from outside, that one's off the mark. Good case almost lost a handle on that one. Another one from outside. Jeremy Goodcase. Now Goodcase has 10 points in the game. BC missing the easy shots. 42-36, 2:30 left to go in the first half. And Henderson down at the check-in table, getting ready to come back in. Outside once again, that one's just off the mark. Damari Davis comes up with the rebound, and that's going to be and they're not going to call a kick ball on that. And Godwill Fomuso goes up and gets the block and comes down with the rebound. Davis gives it up to Brooks, who throws up the. It's off. And he called Godwill Fomuso, but I think that was Elijah Wade that scored. And again, another basket by Carter Reed. And Reed now with 8 points. Zach Arnett from outside now. And BC really needs some of their other players to get hot-handed just like Henderson has gotten. Henderson's still down at the table. He's been down there for the last minute. Just under a minute and a half to go. And again, BC allowing Oxnard to get to the basket. And it looks like Zach Garnett's going to get called for the foul. BC trailing 44-41 with 1:22 to go. And that does go against Zach Garnett. That'll be Garnett's first personal foul. Oxnard now in the bonus.
Shooting 2, Jose Valdominos.
BC has 17 fouls so far in the game compared to Oxnard's 2.
BC substitution, number 11, Zykeir Henderson.
So Zykeir Henderson now back in the game for the Renegades. Jimenez drains the first one. Ruben Jimenez with 6 points in the game so far. I should say 5. Davis drives baseline, throws that one up, and it misses, and it's stuck by Fomuso right inside. And possession arrow pointing in favor of Oxnard. They call that a jump ball, and now they'll have possession. 1 minute to go in the first half. Reed from outside, that one's off the mark. I think Henderson might have got a hand on it. Now Garnett with the ball, gives it up to Davis down the lane. And that one up and off the glass. He kind of skidded it up there and gets the score, and now it's 45-43. One from way outside.
Jeremy Goodcase for 3.
And Goodcase with the three-pointer.
Zach Garnett.
And Garnett's going to get the basket, and he'll go to the line. And he's going to shoot 2. I correct myself. He's going to shoot 1. 20 seconds left on the clock. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. BC trailing 46. And an easy and once again for Oxnard. Henderson drives the lane, throws it up off the glass, and he's going to draw the foul. He'll go to the line shooting 2. 3.1 seconds left on the game clock.
Second personal foul. Shooting 2, Zycare Henderson.
Henderson hits his first. And so far in this first half, Zycare Henderson has already bested his season average, scoring over 20 points. And he drains them both. And now the clock counting down. And that one from way outside is going to miss the mark.
At the half, Oxnard Condors 50, BC Renegades 48.
Halftime score, Bakersfield College Renegades 50. Correction, Bakersfield College Renegades 48, and the Oxnard Condors 50. And now we take it down to the court. We're here with Greg McCall. And Coach, it's not so much the fact that you can't score on offense, but you can't seem to stop them scoring on defense.
Correct. We're giving up too many wide open threes. We're giving them uncontested shots, and that's one of the problems that we're having. We're not communicating enough, and we're not forcing the issue defensively. I think we're scared to really pressure the ball. I'm not sure if we're thinking we're going to foul too much, but we didn't get in a lot of foul trouble. The only person that had 2 fouls is Z. And I think we'll be okay if we start pressuring the ball a lot more.
Yeah, you guys had 7 fouls in the first half, which is actually not too bad considering that you have been in some foul trouble in the last couple of games, and that's really led to some, kind of issues. But what about trap defense coming back out here in the second half?
Yeah, we got to get a little bit more organized. When we were calling out our 22 defense, there are times when we had guys that weren't involved in our 22 trap defense, and then there are times when we did it, we had success with it. So we just got to get a little bit more organized and start communicating a little bit more.
They've had a little bit of luck in getting some kind of backdoor passes where your guys have just not gotten back on defense. What are you going to do to address that here for the second half?
It starts with our pressure on the basketball. If we put more pressure on the basketball, they won't get a pinpointed look pass off of them. And then we just got to do a better job of our help side defense as well, too.
Okay, good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Red and black on my back, that's the renegade pride. BC in the building, whole city on the rise. Hardwood, ready crowd, rumble inside. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Step on the court, feel the energy surge. Renegades ballin', watch the momentum emerge. Fast break fury, we attack, no doubt. Opponents wanna run, but there's no time out. Yeah, Bakersfield born, we grind in the heat. Putting that work till the mission complete. Student athlete, hustle that classroom and court. Brains and buckets, yeah, we built for the sport. Red and black on my back, that's the renegade pride. BC in the building, whole city on the rise. Hardwood, ready crowd, rumble inside. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Baseline dripping, let the sneakers talk, yeah. Coach got a plan, whole squad lock, yeah. Pick and roll dreams, crowd jump when we pop. 3-point rain, net splash, never stop. We represent the valley, represent the team. Renegade vibe pumping through the bloodstream. At Gill, Bishop Court, you feel that roar. This is BC. We want more and more from the warm-ups to the last buzzer ring. Renegades fight hard for that champion thing. This is our moment. This is our time. Bakersfield College, yeah, we redefine. Yeah, red and black on my back, that's the renegade pride. BC in the building, whole city on the rise. Hardwood, ready crowd, rumble inside. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Yeah. Nah, we ride or die. Yeah. Nah, we ride or die. Yeah. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades, renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the renegades. We put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby, let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades.
Rise up.
Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and try to face. Games on Tuesday. Renegades. Renegades. Yeah. Red and black on my back, that's the renegade pride. BC in the building, whole city on the rise. Hardwood, ready crowd, rumble inside. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Step on the court, feel the energy surge. Renegades ballin', watch the momentum emerge. Fast break fury, we attack, no doubt. Opponents wanna run, but there's no time out. Yeah, Bakersfield born, we grind in the heat. Putting that work till the mission complete. Student athlete, hustle that classroom and court. Brains and buckets, yeah, we built for the sport. Red and black on my back, that's the renegade pride. BC in the building, whole city on the rise. Hardwood, ready crowd, rumble inside. We don't play games, nah, we ride or die. Baseline dripping, let the sneakers talk, yeah. Coach got a plan, whole squad lock, yeah. Pick and roll dreams, crowd jump when we pop. 3-point rain, net splash, never stop. We represent the valley, represent the team. Renegade vibe pumping through the bloodstream. At Gill, Bishop Court, you feel that roar. This is BC. We want more and more from the warm-ups. to the last buzzer ring. Renegades fight hard for that champion thing. This is our moment, this is our time. Bakersfield College, yeah, we redefine. Yeah, red and black.
Welcome back to the Renegade Athletic Complex at Bakersfield College. Bakersfield College trailing the Oxnard Condors 48-50 after one half of play. And some startling statistics, and I don't really want to say startling, Julian, but Oxnard normally shooting 44% from the field. Today, 57% against the Renegades, and they're in the lead.
And people have to understand that is a large percentage. You know, it doesn't sound like much. That's a huge percentage gap.
Absolutely, especially when you're over 50%. They average 76 points per game, but they've got 50 in this first half and on their way to 100, which would eclipse that mark by a large percentage. So far today's game, leading scorers in the game for the Renegades, no surprise, with 21 points is Zakir Henderson. And for the Condors, Jeremy Goodcase, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, and he's got 12 points. Jose Valdivinos, though, 4 for 5 from beyond the arc, and he's got 17. So he's shooting well from downtown, and Zach Garnett coming right out of the half, and he drains a 3, and it looks like they called that a 2. Yes, indeed they did, unless I'm confused. Was it 48 points or 40? I'll have to go back to my stat sheet. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it was a 3. So Zach Garnett doing a great job so far. BC is going to come out. I talked to Greg McCall at the end of the half, and they really got to tighten up on defense. And that one tipped and wrangled by Elijah Wade. Now they're down low to Henderson. Henderson backing in Reed. Back out to Chavez. Back to Henderson again, down under the bucket. Throws that one just up and in. And Zakir Henderson just has the ability. He doesn't even have to use the backboard. It's that soft touch when you're making contact that he just has a command over.
Yes, and he knows how to use his body down low. He's amazing footwork.
Absolutely. BC now coming out 4 straight points. They lead 53-50. And that trap defense down low and a turnover by Famuso. And the easy lay-in once again by Ruben Jimenez. And a timeout is going to get called. And Oxnard is going to call the timeout. We're going to stick around and have a little more of a conversation about what has transpired in this first half. BC shooting 47% compared to 58% for the Condors. The Renegades 6 of 21 from beyond the arc. So they're shooting 28% three-point shooting. In comparison, Oxnard shooting 53.8 from outside.
That is good for any team.
Absolutely. Everybody would love to have that. And then the other thing that really kind of startled me a little bit was the 3 of 4 from the free throw line. The Condors only got to the line for 4 shots in the first half, but BC had 7 fouls. So those fouls were away from the ball and were not shooting fouls. Those are considered careless fouls in some people's playbook. Nobody in foul trouble yet. Zakir Henderson, the leading fouler on the squad, the leading fouler. He has 2 fouls so far in the game. The only one with any additional fouls on the squad for Oxnard. For the Condors, Travis Valenzuela has 2. Everybody else has 0 or 1. So not a lot of fouling going on so far in the game. They are maybe letting them play a little bit. So we've seen BC get into some foul trouble in this season. And hopefully they'll be able to stave off putting the Condors into the bonus too soon. 53-52. A minute and 22 has escaped off the clock so far here in the second half. Chavez from the corner. That one rattles in and out. Henderson had a hand on it. Chavez wrangled it back outside to Famuso. Chavez once again. Muscle memory does its job, and he drains the 3. And Gustavo Chavez with his first 3-pointer of the game out of 5 attempts. Garnett with good defense on Jaden Merchant. Merchant once again driving to the basket. And a block. Zach Garnett with the long reach. Chavez once again. And he gets that one to go. Gustavo Chavez getting hot, Julian Wilson.
I tell you what, that is his shot, and he's made it plain.
And we've seen Gustavo Chavez, once he starts getting going, it's going to be hard to stop him. 2 quick three-pointers in a row for Gustavo Chavez. Garnett almost gets the steal, and the push out of bounds isn't going to get called. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Jaden Merchant got away with one there through the elbow and forced Zach Garnett into the bench for Oxnard. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. The Condors actually had one early. And the shot clock down low. That one's off the iron, back out top. And a miss by Jeremy Goodcase. Chavez over to Elijah Wade, who drives to the basket and throws that one up and hits the front of the rim and the back of the rim. And now, Merchant not going to get away with the second one as he throws the elbow. And no, they're going to call that on Elijah Wade.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
And surprise, surprise, Jaden Merchant, 2 elbows that he's thrown and neither of which he's gotten called for. He may not get away with that one for long. We'll keep an eye. BC's really tightened up on the defense, but driving down the lane, and the basket is going to count. So they're going to call that one on Gustavo Chavez. Jeremy Goodcase with the basket. He'll shoot one with a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Condors have been outscored so far in this second half, 11-5. And BC managing the trap well. Henderson in the lane, throws that one up, draws contact, does not get the call. And now they're saying it was off the hands of Zykeir Henderson, but it looked like Carter Reed had it. And the official getting ready to tee up the bench.
Right.
And Greg McCall looks at one of his players and says, "Shut up."
Let's see, what do we have?
Yeah, they're checking to see. A little confusion down at the score table. And Damari Davis is now going to check in for Elijah Wade. BC once again trying to tighten up this defense, and Reed, that one's going to be out of bounds as he stepped on the line, trying to save it. And Bakersfield College has tightened up quite a bit here in this second half. A discussion that we had with Greg McCall at the end of the first half led me to believe that he sees that the back door has been open, and Oxnard's been taking advantage of that through the entire first half. Henderson now fighting contact, and he's going to draw the foul and get to the line. Yeah, the foul's going to get called on Carter Reed, and that'll be Carter Reed's second personal foul. 15:52 left to go in the second half. Zykeir Henderson at the line. Henderson with 24 points in the game. And Julian Wilson, you know how I love startling statistics. He is 5 for 6 from the free throw line. And Damari Davis grabbed that one, went to throw it up and draws the foul on that one. And Davis will now go to the line. Still waiting to see the call. The officials are trying to sort this one out. They have not given us an indication of who the foul has been called against. And that's going to go against number 5, Travis Valenzuela. That'll be Valenzuela's third personal foul now. Valenzuela with 4 points in the game. Damari Davis at the line, and he misses the first. Davis has had a couple of games where he's shot really well from the stripe. This is not one of them. He is 1 for 3 right now. Excuse me, 0 for 1. He has 1 3-pointer. He's got 5 points in the game. Back to the statistic I was talking about earlier, and that was Zakier Henderson, who is 9-11 from the field. And again, one of those ill-advised fouls on Godwill Famuso, number 21, and that'll be his second foul. BC in full court press right now. And Chavez with a smart play bounces it off of Carter Reed and out of bounds. And BC tightening up the defense here. Once again, having outscored Oxnard 12-5 in this second half. Carter Reed, a surprising block on Zakier Henderson, Julian. We don't see that very often.
Well, you can't stop him from getting to the goal, that's for sure.
They're battling underneath. Henderson goes up and gets the ball, and he's going to draw the foul, and it's going to get called. And Jaden Merchant was living on borrowed time before he got called with the foul, and that's going to go against him. It'll be his second foul. A reset on the shot clock for the Renegades, and Carter Reed needs to be careful. There's an awful lot of contact on Henderson, and that's the one right there. Bumped him out of bounds, and you're going to get that call every time. And the funny part about that is if you're not battling that line and you get knocked around,
right,
usually they don't call it. But if you're standing on the line out of bounds, and then they're going to call it every time.
Every time. And Henderson has some words for him after that push out.
Absolutely. So Reed takes a seat and goes out of the game with 3 fouls now. That one back out top. Off the mark. Picked up by Henderson, battling underneath, and scores. Zakier Henderson. And the Renegades lead 62-55 with 5 minutes gone here in this second half, 15 left on the clock.
If you ever heard of everywhere all at once, that's what Henderson is tonight.
And a nice backdoor once again as Gustavo Chavez lost Ruben Jimenez, and he got behind the defense and goes in with a reverse layup. Famuso trying to go in with a reverse of his own, didn't really have to. Henderson trying to pick up the ball. It gets corralled by Jose Valdivinos. (62-57). That one's going to draw nothing but air. And Gustavo Chavez doing a good job of boxing out down there on the baseline against Jaden Merchant. Merchant would have had the ball, but he had to go all the way around Gustavo Chavez. Smart play on defense, and BC has the ball now. 14:27 left to go in the game. Davis down the near side, going to drive to the lane. That one's going to be knocked out of his hands, and they're going to say he touched it last. And a smart play on defense by Oxnard, number 24, Jaden Merchant. Not only did he get the block, but he managed to put the ball back into Damari Davis. And the clock was dwindling down on the inbound, and a timeout is going to get called by Oxnard. We'll be back. Renegades leading 62-57. Coming back out of the timeout, 14:20 left on the clock. Renegades leading the Oxnard Condors 62-57. Coming to you once again from the Renegade Athletic Complex. I'm Tom Myers, joined by the Dr. Julian Wilson. He's got camera and production duties today, doing both of them at the same time. And Davis throws that one up, and he's going to draw the foul on Jaden Merchant. And Merchant now with 3 fouls. And Davis going to the line. I don't see anybody getting up to check Jaden Merchant out of the game. Damari Davis, 1 for 3 from the stripe so far today, drains that one. He has 6 points in the game. Zykeer Henderson, the leading scorer in the game, 26 points and 8 rebounds. And Davis hits them both. Jose Valdivinos for the Oxnard Condors with 17 points is the leading scorer for that squad today. Nice block by Famuso. Got a hand on it. Miller back out to Henderson. Henderson took a look. Over to Davis. Davis guarded. Drives to the lane, throws up a floater and gets it to go. $13:23 on the clock. Renegades leading by 9. Their biggest lead of the game. They trailed for the entire first half. And a foul's going to get called against the Renegades, and that's going to go on Zach Garnett. That'll be second personal foul for Zach Garnett. And now checking into the game, number 3, Tristan Carter for the Condors, and coming in for the Renegades, Caden Marion. Marion has seen limited time so far today. And the three-point basket is good. Jeremy Goodcase. And Goodcase now with 18 points, and he's 3 for 5 from outside. Henderson on the rebound. Just followed the shot from the opposite side and puts in an easy lay-in. And now Zykeer Henderson with 26 points. Henderson with the steal. And that's going to be off of his leg and out of bounds. And boy, we missed a good highlight reel there, didn't we? Because you knew he was going to throw that one down.
You knew exactly what he was going to do.
I think I saw a little slobber escape because he was licking his chops.
He could taste it, yes.
BC has loosened up a little bit on the full court press, but they have tightened up down low, not allowing too many of the backdoor plays, which they have allowed a few of them. Marion goes to the floor, and the shot clock will expire the second time on the Oxnard Condors. And Renegades with possession. Miller gets the inbound, guarded heavily by Tristan Carter. Carter really giving him a hard time. He got the ball across with 2 seconds left on the 10 clock. Miller trips and floats, and on the floor gives it up. And a foul is finally going to get called, but a couple of collisions on that play. And Goodcase goes to the floor. And the foul on that one is going to get called on Jaden Merchant. And Merchant has picked up 3 quick fouls here in the second part of this game. And down low right now, it's getting a little chippy. And Zykeer Henderson, along with Damari Davis, are kind of giving it to Jaden Merchant. And I don't know what else you can do. He got called for the foul. So I'm hearing the official, and he's telling everyone down there to stop. And we
Yes.
heard that plain as day. Caden Marion now at the line, misses the first. 11:54 to go.
You know, Tom, when you play like these men play when they're down there on the floor, it is hard not to say something once in a while to the opposing team.
Yeah, but at that, you know, the one thing I love about Greg McCall, aside from the fact that he's a fantastic individual, is he is straightening up his players. He walked down to the end of the bench where the noise was coming from,
Yes.
and he stopped it really quick. And I'll tell you what, if they get called for a technical foul, you're going to see a couple of those boys really run into some trouble at practice.
Yes.
And a technical foul, and that's going to get called on the Renegades. And James Miller's going to get called. And that's not just a foul.
Right.
Again, the chippiness right now that's going on, and I'm sure Greg McCall cannot be happy. And Carter Reed, he's going to get the first one or two. They're not only going to get 2 shots, they're going to get possession. And in a game where you're actually dominating in the second half, the last thing you want to do is give a team the chance to jump right back into it, and that's what BC seems to be doing right now. So the leaders on the squad for Bakersfield College need to talk to their teammates and calm everybody down. And in no uncertain terms, I would be telling them all to zip it, and let's get back to work. 69-62 with 11:37 to go. Garnett guarding Carter. Carter still throws up the fadeaway and gets that one to go. Davis being shut down, but manages to go high off the glass, being guarded heavily by Blake Jones, and just throws up a prayer and gets the score. 11:09 to go in the second half. Elijah Wade out on the perimeter. Oh, and it's given up. A fantastic job of Tristan Carter giving it up to Blake Jones. And now Davis from way outside. And Damari Davis continues on his winning ways. And Davis now has 14 points in the game. And Jaden Merchant down low. And I don't know where Zakir Henderson was on that one. He didn't even go up for the block. I think he wasn't expecting the quick pass inside. And a good finish by Jaden Merchant. Merchant now on Henderson. He's got 4 fouls. Henderson's going to try to draw him in. Dishes it back outside to Garnett. Garnett for the 3. And Zach Garnett. We haven't seen this out of him. 17 points.
That's right.
For Zach Garnett, who can shoot the ball. And that's going to be off the hands of Carter Reed and out of bounds. And the Renegades will have possession halfway through. 10:02 left on the clock. And Renegades leading 77-68. So Godwill Famuso checking back into the game along with James Miller. Tyron Tyler checking back in as well. And Garnett, Wade Marion will sit down. Henderson to the basket. And they're saying it was on the floor. And that's going to be 5 fouls. And it looks like the day is over for Jaden Merchant. So they're counting the basket. But they had waved the basket off at first, but now they're saying it's good. So the coaches are just as confused as the rest of us.
Very confusing, yes.
So he had to straighten it around with Greg McCall because Greg McCall watched them wave off the basket as well. So I don't know what he was looking or what he was signaling. So 1 shot at the line. Merchant sits down for the rest of the day. Not the way he wanted to see it end. So Jaden Merchant finishes the game with 2 points. Oh, Famuso's going to get the ball picked out of his pocket, but it's picked up by Henderson, who goes up for the 2-footed jam. And the Renegades starting to put the gas pedal down now as they lead 81-68. And Zakir Henderson now has 32 points. And the foul's going to get called on Davis.
Renegade foul number 22,
Damari Davis got into the body of Tristan Carter, and now Carter's going to go to the line shooting 2. And that'll be Damari Davis's second foul of the game. Renegades have now put Oxnard into the bonus. So the Condors shooting 1-1 for any non-shooting action that they are fouled for the next 2 plays.
Let's hear it, Renegades. Make some noise in here.
BC with 7 fouls in the first half. And if you recall a couple of weeks ago, Julian, we talked about this. BC had 40 fouls in that game.
Right.
And then when we looked at the difference of the score, it was really all about the number of fouls that they had that was the amount that they had lost to Ventura College by.
Right, and McCall made a point, what do we have to do in that next half? We have to stop fouling.
Condors have gone a little cold now from beyond the arc. That one out to Davis on the perimeter, and he gets that one to rattle in and down. And Damari Davis now with 17 points. And a timeout is going to get called with 8:46 to go in the game. Bakersfield College leading 84-69 over the Oxnard Condors. Once again, BC leading 84-69. Tom Myers, Julian Wilson on the broadcast today. 8:46 left to go in this second half. And BC looking to get to 7-6, one game over 500. The Condors scored 50 points in that first half and have only been able to put up 19 in the second half so far. The Renegades have outscored them 36-19 in the second half. And Carter Reed trying to get around Zakir Henderson. Henderson gives it up to Davis, who throws it up, hoping for an alley-oop. A little too deep in the post. James Miller out at the point guard position. And the foul looks like it's going to get called on Godwill Famuso, setting the pick. And that's going to be Godwill Famuso's third personal foul. The only player on the Renegades in any kind of foul trouble. A 15-point lead for BC is the largest lead of the game for them as we approach the 8-minute mark. Tyron Tyler comes away with the rebound. Miller now driving the lane. He's going to throw that one up. It's going to bounce out of the rim. Did not use the glass. Henderson. The pass intended for Reed. Off the hand of Henderson. And out of bounds, 24 seconds on the shot clock. 7:40 on the game clock. Shot thrown up by Valdivinos. No good. Henderson behind the back, driving down, loses a handle on the ball, and it's picked up by Valdivinos. And here comes Valdivinos, and he dishes that one over and into the hands of an alley-ooping Blake Jones, who puts that one off the glass and scores the lay-in. 84-71, 7:12 to go. Miller now down the lane, throws up the floater, gets that one to go. A nice clean shot. BC now leading 86-71. Miller with 7 points in the game now. Double Famuso guarding Valenzuela. That one misses. Tyron Tyler comes away with the rebound. Throws that one into Zykir Henderson, who was down low. Carter Reed behind him. Reed just keeps rejecting him, but the ball back into Henderson's hands, and a little bit of frustration for Zykir Henderson. Not a whole lot you can do on that. And now Damari Davis once again with another ill-advised foul, just swatting in.
Third personal foul. Oxnard shooting.
Oxnard in the bonus now. Davis is going to have a seat along with Zykir Henderson. Amarian Armstrong into the game for the Renegades for the first time today. Tristan Carter at the line will shoot 1 and 1. 18 fouls for the Renegades. The Renegades are also now in the bonus with 17 fouls against Oxnard. Famuso outside across. Gives it up to Miller. That one's off the mark. And a foul's going to get called on the rebound on Amarian Armstrong. Yeah, it's going to go against Armstrong.
Armstrong, first personal foul.
And that kind of looked like a loose ball foul. I don't know how they're calling that in the act of offense. The officials saw something different than what I saw. Tristan Carter now at the line, shooting 1 and 1. He gets the first one to go. Tristan Carter now 3 for 5 from the free throw line with 5 points. Drains them both. 6:06 left to go. Renegade lead is 13. Miller all the way down, trying to go the distance, and he goes coast to coast for the lay-in. And he did it between 3 defenders, and Godwell Famuso is going to draw the foul, and they're going to count the basket. And Famuso looked like he had position, but they're just not going to give that to you. We see that a lot more nowadays, where you have position, but if you're moving at all in any way, shape, or form, they're just not going to give you the call. And a smart move by Tristan Carter of driving in to draw contact, and he's going to get the three-point play, and now the lead is down to 12. Armstrong from the outside, his first attempt, that one's off the mark. Tyler wrangles it. BC should slow down the offense here. Tyler giving it up to Famuso, who loses a handle on the ball. 5:30 to go in the game. Renegades lead by 12. And from way outside. And a foul away from the ball. On the rebound, we'll see what the call is. And the call is going to go against Carl Inoki.
First personal foul.
And they're going to call that a 1 and 1. BC still now in the bonus, but they're shooting 1 and 1. Godwell Famuso at the line. The Condors of Oxnard are in the double bonuses. They'll shoot 2 points from this point out. When I say 2 points, I mean 2 free throws. Garnett guarding Carter Reed, and Reed's going to get called for the travel. And a good job by Zach Garnett reaching down. Reed had to pick up the ball and then ended up taking the extra step. And a turnover. And a timeout's going to get called by Oxnard. And we'll be back with the remainder of this one. 5:07 left on the clock. We'll be back after this. Zach Garnett has been the tail of the take here toward the end. A monster on defense. Couple of blocks today, as well as several steals. And just now forced the travel on Carter Reed. And on the offensive end, Zach Garnett, the second leading scorer, with 17 points today. Of course, the big one, 4 for 8 from beyond the arc, and really we haven't seen a whole lot of three-point shooting. He has that ability, but today really lit it up, going 50% from the outside. Syker Henderson, guarded by Carter Reed. He's going to drive to his right, throw that one up. He's going to draw the foul. Basket doesn't go, so he'll go to the line shooting 2.
Oxnard foul number 4, Carter Reed.
And Carter Reed's going to get called for the foul, and that's his 4th personal foul. So now in danger of fouling out of the game with 4:50 left. And if I were the Renegades, I would do the same thing again and go after Carter Reed. BC doesn't have anybody in any real foul trouble. Damari Davis has 3, and Gabo Famuso has 3. Carter Reed and Travis Valenzuela have 4 and 3 respectively. They're the only ones really in any kind of foul trouble right now for the Condors. Tyler with a nice rebound. Henderson trying to come over the top underneath the basket and lays that one up and in. He was behind the backboard, reached forward and put that one up and over the rim for the score, and now he's got 35 points.
And I don't know how high he had to jump, but he hung there for like an hour.
Well, we talked about the elevation ability of Zykeer Henderson, and Henderson not helping on that one at all. Left Zach Garnett all to himself. And Carl Inoki with his first score of the game. Little push off there by James Miller. Henderson comes away with it, trying to go back up. The ball gets stolen by Inoki. And BC not getting back. And that one's going to rattle in and out. And now here comes James Miller over to the side. Tyler all alone, all the time in the world, misses that one. And now fast breaks are just happening right back and forth. And a late foul on the call there, and that's going to go against Zach Garnett. And Garnett didn't even think he had any contact, and I didn't see it either.
Right.
But a great job
Shooting 2, Blake Jones.
by Blake Jones drawing contact and getting to the line. 91-78, 3:40 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Renegades, let's make some noise in here.
And now Damari Davis checking back into the game for the Renegades.
Oxnard substitution.
Davis tied for the second leading scorer spot with the Renegades today for 17 points. He and Zach Garnett both with 17. And combined, they have 7 3-pointers. That one to Henderson down low, guarded by Inoki. Henderson backing him up, back outside. That one's going to be off the mark. And then it's going to be off the foot and out of bounds. And honestly, I saw that leave a Jose Valdivinos, but I must have seen the wrong thing because Damari Davis, I think, is the one that made contact. And Oxnard comes up with the ball. And a nice lay-in by Tristan Carter. He did not have position, but managed to throw that one up off the glass and score. Miller trying to give it back to Henderson, turns the ball over, and Tristan Carter comes up with it. .250 to go. Zach Garnett, that one's off the mark, picked up, given back to Henderson, who drives, and that one's going to be stolen as he's not looking. Ruben Jimenez was just hiding right behind him and stripped the ball away. Now Damari Davis is going to come away with the rebound. And a timeout is going to get called by Greg McCall, and I think he's going to want to slow this one way down,
Yes.
Julian.
Yes, he does.
BC is doing nothing to dissipate that shot clock at all.
That's right.
And they have plenty of time to be able to do so. Bakersfield College 91 points so far. The Condors 81, the 10-point lead with 2:24 left to go in the game. Leading scorers in the game so far for the Renegades, Zykeir Henderson with 35 points. Damari Davis and Zach Garnett each with 17. James Miller with 9. Gustavo Chavez with 6. And Godwill Famuso with 2, followed by Elijah Wade. And I stand corrected. Godwill Famuso has 4 points. Elijah Wade has 2. And Caden Marion with 1. For the Condors of Oxnard, leading scorer with 18 points is Jeremy Goodcase, followed by Jose Valdivinos with 17. Tristan Carter with 10. Carter Reed with 10. Ruben Jimenez and Blake Jones each with 9. Travis Valenzuela with 4. Carl Inoki with 2. And Jaden Merchant with 2. Merchant, of course, fouled out about halfway through the second half. And the Condors averaging just under 70 points a game already with 81 for today. So outscored their average. Of course, BC outscoring their average as well, which is around 72. Have 91 points in today's game. They have gotten to 100 points one time so far this season, and they may or may not be looking at scoring in triple digits again. 2:24 to go in the second half. 23 seconds on the shot clock. And 5 seconds is going to get called. I don't know if it was a 5-second violation or if he had stepped on the line because there were 2 calls. Either way, it's a turnover by the Renegades, who have 18 turnovers so far in the game today. And honestly, that's not a lot of turnovers compared to what we've seen in the past. Points off of turnovers for the Renegades, though. They have 24 points off of turnovers compared to 10 for the Condors. BC has out-rebounded Oxnard 47-27 tonight. That one still has not hit the rim. Shot clock still counting down. Now it does. And Carter Reed with a nice turnaround and floater and gets the favorable bounce for the score. Carter Reed now with 10 points. Reed has been averaging, as we had stated earlier, 21 points a game, so he's only at half of his production so far. Henderson down low, back outside to Miller. Miller fires, it's off the mark. Henderson just throws that one right back up. He's going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against Carl Inoki.
Oxnard foul number 22, Carl Inoki. Second personal foul.
Henderson now
Henderson
at the line will shoot 2. Henderson with 35 points, 6 for 9 from the free throw line so far today. And checking back in for Oxnard is Travis Valenzuela. Henderson hits them both. And now Zykeir Henderson with 37 points in today's game. And I believe that's his high score for the season. Inoki with the score. Henderson really not trying to draw any fouls down there, as he does have 3. Well, I stand corrected. He's got 2. And Damari Davis down in the corner hits the three-pointer. And now Damari Davis has 20 points. But on the other end,
number 22, Damari Davis, 4th personal foul.
Has his 4th personal foul now. And it's going to go on Jose Valdivinos. Will draw the foul, and he'll go to the line now, shooting 3 for 4 from the stripe today. 59 seconds to go. And that foul looks like it's going to get called on Ruben Jimenez. I stand corrected. Number 11, Jose Valdivinos, will get called for the foul.
Shooting 2, James Miller.
So this game almost in the bag for the Renegades as they lead by 10. With James Miller going to the line, he'll shoot 2. Fans, don't forget, coming up on January 7th, the Renegade women's program and the men's program have games at 5 and 7. The men's game at 5, women's game at 7. Admission to all Bakersfield College basketball games this season is free. And again, we'll say that as if it's regular season. We don't know what happens during the playoffs if the Renegades do make it into the postseason. BC fighting for the rebound. Davis comes away with it, and he's going to get tripped up. Tristan Carter.
Oxnard foul number 3. Tristan Carter, first personal foul.
And 26 seconds left on the clock.
Shooting 2, Damari Davis.
Damari Davis now down at the line. Davis with 20 points in the game, the second leading scorer for the Renegades. Three for 5 now from the free throw line today. Rebound by Henderson, puts it back on the deck and back and in. And Henderson now 39 points. So the clock counting down. BC still with a commanding lead. And the quick score by Anoki. And BC should run the clock out now as the game clock is off. And the Renegades going to come away and improve to 7-6 on the season. And that's going to do it. Final score for today's game. BC got to 100, and it's going to be Bakersfield College 100, and the Oxnard Condors 88. And we'll be back with the player of the game right after this. Fantastic game. You guys got started a little bit slow today, and their offense in the first half, 50 points, and you guys had to come out and shut them down in the second half. What did you do different on defense in the second half?
Follow the program. Whatever coach said, whatever coach told us to do, that's what we follow.
So, a big game for you. Highest scoring effort of your season so far with 39 points today. Also, a double-double. So, what did you do differently in the second half to kind of turn on the Jets to score?
I have a saying, I fear no man. Nobody's better than me. I will play with the talents and confidence that God has given me, thanks to Coach Jazz. So I say that every game, and today I didn't say it before the game, so I said it during the second half, and it just sparked everything.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure actually knowing you and get to watch you score today, and you're making your other team players better. Zach Garnett had 17 points. Damari Davis had 22. What do you have to say about those two?
I love them. Love them as a teammates. Love them as brothers. Today, we showed that we can come back. Even though all the losses, today we won, and that's what we're worried about.
So you guys improved to 7-6 on the season now. Your next home game will be back here on the 7th of January versus Santa Monica. Have you guys been scouting that team at all yet?
Of course. We scout every team to make sure we're able to either compete with them or do a little better than them. So when we come back off this break, all we have to do is work hard.
Okay, have a great break. We'll see you on January 7th. Okay. So there you go. We'll be back with our post game right after this. Back with the final score of today's game for the Renegades, 100 over Oxnard, 100-88. Once again, this has been Tom Myers with my director, producer, extraordinary, and cameraman today, Julian Wilson. And I'll tell you what a fantastic effort by Bakersfield College in the second half, outscoring Oxnard by a score of 52-38, and kind of turning the Jets on toward the end of the game there, Julian.
Yeah, you know, the Renegades are capable of doing that every game, and they know it. You know, what's hurt them and what's hurt them through the season, that what we've seen, fouls, they get in foul trouble early, it makes it a little difficult, but the turnovers. We've had a couple of games where those turnovers have gotten out of control.
BC today with only, 18 fouls, half the number of fouls as the previous games that we called here.
Right.
And doing a really good job. And you know, give it up, like I said, for Zykeir Henderson, the leading scorer today for the Renegades. And he had 39 points in the game, a season high for him. What a fantastic night, along with 16 rebounds, so a double-double for Zykeir Henderson.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny, we watched this game. When we watched the first score, it was Zykeir Henderson. When we watched the last score of this game today, it was Zykeir Henderson.
So he bookended the whole thing.
Yes.
And, of course, give it up for Damari Davis with 21 points. Another great effort by him. And Zach Garnett finally showing up and giving us 17 points today.
Yes, and he's been waiting on that. And we could all see it. It's going to be a moment where he gets that opportunity, and it happened to be today.
Garnett going 4 for 8 from beyond the free throw line, or the three-point line, rather. And, boy, what a fantastic effort for him. We've really been kind of looking for that.
Yes.
So, hey, fans, be sure to join us back here on January 7th as the Renegades will take on Santa Monica City College, the men's game at 5 o'clock, the women's game at 7. And for all other information, just go to gogades.com. You have all information regarding what we have going on here at Bakersfield College with respect to any other winter sports that we have going. We would really look forward to seeing some of you actually here in person. You know, it's a fantastic facility, the Renegade Athletic Complex. So, Julian, anything else to add?
Remember, Merry Christmas. It's free.
Absolutely. So my Christmas present to all of our fans out there is that it is free for the rest of the season. So we're going to give that away. But until we see you back here again in January, happy holidays to everybody else. Once again, this has been Tom Myers and Julian Wilson. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit gogades.com.